And welcome to the BackerKit launch of Manhattan Transfer, the new sci-fi series that we need you to be a part of. A lot of you are probably wondering, what is Manhattan Transfer? Luckily, I'm here to tell you. Manhattan Transfer is actually an exciting new sci-fi streaming series that's based on an award-winning novel of the same name. And we actually have the author here joining us today as well. John Stiff is here. Manhattan Transfer will tell the tale of a massive alien ship that abducts the entire city of Manhattan. It literally rips it out of the ground and brings it on board along with nearly 2 million civilian inhabitants. It will not only chronicle the human attempts to communicate with the aliens and escape their prison, but will also tell multiple stories of what happens to extraordinary and everyday people when their society breaks down. So that's exciting. That's a whole bunch of information thrown at you all at once. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Joining me is not only the author of the novel and screenplay, but we have Sky Conway, one of our producers, who's going to be a disembodied voice throughout this interview. And
Hey
we
there.
also have a whole bunch of different actors with the series that are joining us today. And this is when I want to go around and have everyone introduce themselves and who they're playing in the series, and maybe a little bit about their character without giving too much away. And of course, let's start with the infamous Walter. Walter, if you could give us a little bit about it. Well, everyone knows who you are. You're a man who needs no introduction. But if you could just tell everyone who you're playing in the series.
Thank you. I'm playing Dr. David Friedman. He's a professor at Columbia University. Highly articulate, extremely good looking.
Obviously, those are definitely written in the
Obviously.
script for you.
And et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. No, it's a great challenge. The way it has been described, I haven't read the novel, but the way it has been described by Sky, it sounds like a very challenging and exciting project to be involved in, and I'm ready to go. I'm totally aboard, and I hope the folks out there who are watching this or will be watching this become as involved and as supportive as we are, and will join us.
That's right. That's right. I think we're all ready to go. We're ready to jump on board with this project, which is why we're all here today to get all of you, the fans, involved with us. Casper, the man of the hour, Casper Van Dien, tell us a little bit about who you're playing in the series.
Uh, I'm I, I'm just thrilled to be in this. Hey, everybody, I'm thrilled to be working with Walter. I'm a huge fan of his and the other cast, Doug Jones, and of course you, Bonnie, and my lovely wife Ashley, and Chalet, and Ashley. Everybody, we have a great cast. Tim Russ. We have so many cool people. But John wrote a great script, a great book series, and did this adaptation with me playing Matt. I'm just a I like my character a lot. I don't want to give too much away about him, but I like his struggle of having to deal with the main consequences is we're regular people caught in New York, just taken out, and then how we have to deal with it and what kind of actions we have to take when we're out in space and these aliens have us. For me, it was such a fascinating script that I got to read, and I'm excited for people to see this amazing cast and this amazing our director Sean Piccinino, who's a dear friend of mine. My wife actually introduced me to him, and I've done several projects with him. He's just this hungry guy that just works really hard and is so prepared, and just he's worked for ILM. He's worked for so many different things. I mean, he's just done so many different things. He's so talented. So I'm so excited about it. So
Yeah, sadly, Sean couldn't be with us today because he's shooting something else right now. But we do have a little message from him later on in this program that we'll be able to see from him. So I'm excited to watch that. And speaking of being excited to work with people, you get to work with your lovely wife, Jenny. Jenny, tell us a little bit about your character, and thank you so much for joining us. I know you're on the road right now, so you're you're coming live from some road.
Yeah, some road on the way to Tampa. I'm Jennifer Wenger. I am Casper's lovely wife that he called Ashley just now. but I was like, hey, Ashley, it is our
And
wife.
I caught that.
We'll fix it in post. We'll fix it in post.
I said my lovely wife and Ashley, I thought.
No, you said my lovely wife, Ashley, and Ashley.
Yeah.
And Ashley.
Freudian slip.
Oh. Well, yes.
But hey,
There's a
Ashley
slip.
is our honorary wife because she's basically my sister. So she's my sister wife.
Yes, soul sisters.
We're keeping it in the family here in Manhattan
Yes.
Transfer.
But I'm playing Nova, which it's a funny thing. Like years and years ago, I got booked to play my first scientist. And I was so excited because in my 20s, I played the girl in a push-up bra getting killed by the monster all the time. And I was like, I'm finally going to be the scientist. And then they told me that Casper's former wife was taking my role as the scientist. So it's coming full circle now. I'm finally getting to play as a scientist. And I figured that the equation is be Casper's wife.
Okay, so Ashley, you're next in the sister wife lineup of playing a scientist. FYI. So Ashley Mary Nunes, tell us a little about your character.
Hello. First, I'm going to say I'm extremely excited to work on this and just be brought into this project. I haven't done anything like this, so I'm just really excited to work with you all. I'm also doing some research, reading, and what I can say about my character, I play Abby. And when I read Abby, I instantly resonated with her. I feel like we share a lot of the same life experiences. And I just felt like this part was made for me. And what can I say? Minus the alien abduction, though. I haven't experienced that yet. But yeah, I'm just really excited to dig a little bit deeper into my character and just bring myself through Abby.
Fantastic. And of course, the lovely Chalet Lizette. Tell us a little about who you're playing on the series.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm playing Maria. Some people would call her a little bit of a troubled teen. I just call her misunderstood. But she's she's becoming a young adult. She's coming into her own, and I think she's trying to figure that out and understand that a little bit more, and figure out who she is as she's coming out of her teens into adulthood.
Fantastic. Now, for anyone who's read the novel and who's familiar with some of these characters' names, you can probably now start putting faces to the characters, but there are a few characters that are new to the series. And we do have the author of the book and the screenplay, John, here with us. John, can you tell us a little bit about how you came up with the idea of Manhattan Transfer, and also kind of how the process was transferring it from a novel to a series? Can you tell us a little bit about your journey with this?
Sure, but let me just start by saying I'm just blown away by the enthusiasm for the project. Thank you all so much for wanting to be a part of this. It's been a long journey for this book. I've written about that in Amazing Stories, a series of articles. It's been almost, it's been about a 30-year journey to get this to film. But the idea originally came when my agent was pressing me for something big, something very big. And the idea of a city being kidnapped by aliens came to mind. And, as I looked around for choices, Manhattan has it all. I mean, everyone knows Manhattan. It's well documented where the subways are and the viaducts and the power lines. And it was just, really fun to go through imagining that happening. My editor told me he'd never commute with the same frame of mind again. So.
But thank you again for acknowledging that. Yes, we are so excited to be a part of this project. The enthusiasm is real. I'm so excited to be playing the role of Joy, the conspiracy theorist podcaster. I guess DJ, you would say, talk show host of the radio, kind of basically what I'm doing now. So typecasting at its best. So thank you for that. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm going to throw it back to Walter, because Walter, your career spans decades, and obviously we're all fans of yours.
Centuries.
Centuries. Well, if you want to get,
I was going to say
literal, yeah, you've been with us. You've gone where none of us have gone before, literally.
We don't talk
your
about
career.
that. That's X-rated information. We just don't discuss.
Yeah, those are in the vault. So that's whenever we get to the rewards of the Back Kicker campaign, we're gonna go into Walter's vault and pull out some of those rewards to watch. That's a joke, everyone. Please do not donate expecting to see any of that.
Oh,
But
I
Walter-
already donated. I'm
I know we're all gonna be checking our
Walter-
phones, going,
I'm
"Where
on
is
the
it?"
Walter special.
But with this series, you're going to be working with so many people within the Star Trek family, that not from original series per se, but everyone from Doug Jones, Tim Russ, John Billingsley. We have Dominic Keaton. We have people from Enterprise, Voyager, Star Trek Discovery. So basically, it's an incredible Star Trek family coming together to be a part of this cast. How does it feel with working some of these new Star Trek actors that you're going to be able to? I mean, I know a lot of you all know each other working the convention circuit.
Yeah, that's how I've gotten to know them, through the convention circuit. And as a matter of fact, we just did a cruise about 3 weeks ago, and I got to a chance to reacquaint myself with a lot of the folks you just mentioned, and they're great. I get along. I don't know how they get along with me, but I get along great with them. I think they're all very neat folks, and no personality problems. We hung out together. We just had a good time, and I'm very grateful for that opportunity. And hopefully we'll do it again, and we'll do one down the line for Manhattan Transfer. We'll have a
Good idea.
huge convention for Manhattan Transfer, and we'll all get up there and we'll tell lies about how great it was working with each other.
Well, when you think about it, a cruise ship is kind of like a city all by itself, isolated. So basically, if we did a Manhattan Transfer cruise, but try not to reenact the actual terrible things that happened throughout the series of us trying to, build up society again, instead just enjoy each other by the pool, I think that would be beneficial for everyone. So let's make that a huge goal of all of ours, a Manhattan Transfer cruise, because I'm down for that.
Boy, talk about getting ahead of the game.
I aim high. I aim high.
That's where the vault is going to be open. Walter's vault is going to be opened. It's on the cruise.
It's on the cruise, yeah. It's down in the engine room. You have to take a tour. It's deep down into the vault. So I'd like to go around to everyone and see, like, how did you all get involved in Manhattan Transfer? We have Sky Conway here. Sky's our producer. You can't see him. He's contacting us.
I've been abducted by the mothership already, and they only have audio, no video.
Sky is basically out looking. He's location searching for our shoot, and is taking it quite literal in space. So Sky, can you tell us a little bit how you got involved with the project with John, and how you've picked, how you and some of the casting team reached out to some of these actors?
So I've been a sci-fi fan since I was in elementary school, hiding off in the library, picking up books and reading every sci-fi book I could get my hands on. And just the wondrous journey in your mind and your imagination. And I read all the greats, Heinlein, Clarke, Asimov, Ray Bradbury, and then John Stiff. And I heard about John's book on the circuit, picked it up, read it, and just immediately fell in love with it because it was such a great ride. He's a hard science fiction writer, which means not Star Wars, much more like Star Trek. So it really resonated with me. The whole idea behind it, because I grew up in Fairfield, Connecticut, which is if anybody knows, that's a suburb of New York City. We would skip school sometimes, ride our bikes down to the train station, and take the train into Manhattan, and then sneak off and watch Yankee games and go crazy in the city sometimes. And so I love New York City. It's been a while since I've been back, and So the whole novel just really resonated with me personally. And I reached out to John one day. John, I don't remember when that was. It was quite a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yes, around the turn of the century, as we say now.
Boy, you're really aging both of us. But I reached out to him with the hope one day of perhaps doing a feature film. So that's how our initial discussion started, because it's a complete novel from finish to end. In and of itself, it would make a great feature film. But as we see how difficult it is to get a film made in Hollywood without them putting it through the meat grinder and changing the ending and all, and with streaming coming online, I reached out to John and I repitched the idea of a series, because when you really think about it, with Manhattan being captured by these mysterious aliens and pulled up into the ship, and there's hundreds of other alien cities that are also captured, you not only have a big story arc that you can tell how the humans make contact with the other aliens, who's running the ship, why do they capture us, what's happened to Earth during the meantime, but then you've got Manhattan, which is in this big giant bubble, and the aliens feed us food, and they give us light, and they give us oxygen, but that's basically it. We're cut off, Manhattanites, we're cut off from the rest of Earth, and so how are we going to survive? Money, are people going to show up to work? Will the schools be open? Will people pick up the trash? I mean, there's every mundane thing that goes on in life. And so how will humans, and because we're believers in humanity, humanists, we believe, we're optimists, so we're going to survive and go for the stars. How will humans behave, in this situation, even if the aliens aren't involved, just pulled and extracted? So I really love the idea. And I told John, this is really a great concept for TV, because you have your A story and your B storyline is how they describe it. And the A story could be the big story arc of what's going on with Manhattan being captured and the aliens and all the other alien contact. But then you have all your B stories. These are all your characters and what they're going through and the challenges. And so really, to me, the idea of Manhattan Transfer made more sense as a TV series. Mm-hmm. And, I was mentored by Gene Roddenberry his last year of his life. And mentor meaning he was frail. He was going through a number of strokes, but we became friends. And, one of the lessons that we talked about, or he told me, was I called him up one day after I'd read in the LA Times in 1990, this invention called the World Wide Web. We didn't call it the internet then. And I called up, I said, I got to come and tell you about something brand new that's going to change the world. And he was available. So I zipped over to his house and I told him about the World Wide Web, what it meant and what it really meant for Star Trek. And I said that people will be watching Star Trek from their own devices with no wirelessly, anytime, any place, anywhere. And Gene was just enthralled and captured and blown away by that. And he knew that at this time that my ambition was to get into making film and TV series. He was, he was my mentor. I idolized what he had done. And he said, this is the lesson you need to take from this, he said, is I had to sell Star Trek to the studios, to the suits, and they were in control, and they literally drove him crazy. The first two seasons, where the third season, he basically had to step aside. And Walter can speak more to that than me, of course. But he said the lesson is, don't give your creation over to the studios. Keep it, own it, run it. Don't let them have creative control. And so that's been an enduring principle and lesson that Gene passed on to me. So I see the legacy of Manhattan Transfer being exactly that lesson. Now with the power of the internet and streaming television, we can create our own independent sci-fi series and send it out to the fans worldwide. So really accomplishing that dream, and what Gene said was keep the dream alive. And so I see the spirit of Gene Roddenberry embodied in Manhattan Transfer. And the first person, of course, I spoke to is my dear friend, Walter Koenig, who we worked on so many projects together over the years with such great admiration. And I could never see doing a series like this without Walter. And so literally, we have lunches, we meet, and I wanted to create a character that I thought would be perfect for Walter. Walter, and he can speak to this anytime, is that he grew up in Manhattan. So he and I are big New Yorkers in that sense, big Yankee fans. And so we created a character that would bring that love of New York, the love of Yankees into it, and just a really great character for Walt to play. So this is a dream come true. And you know who the first television producer was to recognize the value and the power of fans? Does anybody know?
Casper's showing off his Yankee pride right now.
So that TV producer was Gene Roddenberry. And everybody probably knows the story that we would have lost Star Trek at the end of the second season, but for Gene and his ability to rally the fans to do a letter writing campaign to save Star Trek. Mm-hmm. And so Gene was really the first guy to recognize the power of the fans who back your project.
Right.
And so that's why I love crowdfunding is really nothing more than fan funding. So we want to reach out to all of our fans, create a huge following of them, and bring them along this incredible journey with Manhattan Transfer. Now I talk too much. Sorry, Bonnie.
No, that's totally fine. No, I love what you said about following like the A story and the B story, because with a project like this, yes, it's not just about the aliens versus the people. It's about the people versus the people. When something big and like catastrophic happens, it brings out the very worst in people, but also the very best in people. And I think that's what Gene Roddenberry was always trying to show, is what happens when the very best of people show, and just in everyday people. And this is what this series will focus on. What happens when all, government and political construct and, our day-to-day routines are completely destroyed, and where it's basically every man for himself. Like how do communities come together? How do again, we're going to see both the bad side of this and the good side, and that's why I'm so excited to see the journeys of all of these characters, of all these actors here that's joining us today. Because as everyone's going around saying the name of their character, I was like, I remember that from the book. So I'm excited to see how everyone is portrayed. Now we are running a little bit short on time, because I want to get into some of the BackerKit rewards that we're going to do. But before we go there, we do have a message from our director, Sean. He pre-recorded a special video for all of us. So I think we should hear what he has to say. Let's check it out.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sean Paul Piccinino, and I count myself completely lucky and honored to be directing this amazing project, Manhattan Transfer. I'm a huge fan of the book, so I was so excited to get to be able to be a part of bringing this story to the screen. And we've got, such an amazing cast. We're talking sci-fi legends here, from Star Trek to Starship Troopers. We've got an amazing, amazing cast, some of who you guys will be getting to speak to today. And I'm just so excited to be collaborating and working alongside such amazingly talented folks. And to the crew and the people behind the scenes that we're also working with, they're all so wonderful and amazing and so passionate about this kind of project that I just know we're going to create something incredible, something truly special. So that's why I hope you take this opportunity to join us and become a part of this amazing project, become a part of this film family, and join us among the stars to create something really, really cool with Manhattan Project. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you soon.
All right, that was awesome. So Sean is our director. He'll be the one at the helm telling us what to do. Or I guess in the captain's chair, we should say, telling us what to do, which is exciting. We are less than 30 seconds away from our 5-minute countdown of this going live where people can donate, people can get rewards. And speaking of rewards, I want to talk about some of those rewards. I don't know if the rest of you have seen some of the things that these fans can get to be a part of this project. It's pretty amazing. Even the smallest amount will help. And even the smallest amount will get rewards. For just $10, you can get a digital movie poster, and that's going to be a one-sheet movie poster of Manhattan Transfer. For $20, you'll get a behind-the-scenes update during shooting. So that means they'll get the digital poster plus daily access to videos and stills of the production of behind the scenes of what's happening as we shoot Manhattan Transfer. And that's just for $20. That's pretty amazing. For $35, they're going to get all of that. Plus, they're going to be one of the first people to watch the completed pilot episode. So for $35, once that pilot episode is complete, we're going to do a stream with all of the reward people who donated $35 and above, which is pretty amazing. I believe the $50 and $60 rewards will be a DVD or Blu-ray of the pilot with a cast and crew commentary. So they're going to get all of what we've just said, plus the special edition DVD or Blu-ray of the pilot. And of course, that would be not right away. That it all depends on distribution and could cause delays and whatnot due to the network, but it would be coming. So keep that in mind. That's exciting. Now we get into the cool stuff. I'm talking like the physical fun rewards. For $100, you get an awesome collectible t-shirt. You get all of what we've mentioned and more. You can show off your alienness with this awesome collectible Manhattan Transfer t-shirt. I believe you can see it on the screen for those watching at home. For $100, you can also get an autographed first edition hard copy of the novel Manhattan Transfer. So obviously our amazing author, John Stith, is going to be giving away a hardcover first edition of the novel Manhattan Transfer. And I think there's only 25 copies available. So he's also going to sign these personally. Is that correct, John?
Correct.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, so I kind of want to donate that myself. I might be like sneaking in the background. If you hear me typing, that's me going to try and sign on for this. For $150, you get a 2-hour behind the scenes live streams, and that's going to be featuring everything that we've talked about except the autographed novel. Of course, we only have a few limited of those for John. But you can watch the cast and crew live as we shoot the pilot during these live streams of behind the scenes. And you're going to get your name in the credits under the producer's wish to thank. So for $150, you'll get to be a part of the ending credits as well as watch a lot of these live stream behind the scenes that we're going to be doing. For $250, we're going to get an autographed cast member photo. So you'll get a personally autographed 8x10 photo of one of our amazing cast members that we've talked about today. For $500, you get 3 autographed cast member photos. And again, this is featuring all of the above awards and including 3 personal autographed 8x10 photos. So that's pretty darn awesome, especially when you've just heard all the all-star cast that we have available for this. For $1,500, $1,500, you that's watching, you get to spend an entire day on the set with us. That means you will be coming and sitting on set and watching us make this magic happen. And you get to meet the cast and crew. You get to have lunch with us. You get to, it's going to be fantastic. Hello? Oh, Walter's on the phone. He's calling the aliens right now to let them know this is absurd. These awards are too incredible.
I've just been offered a feature film that will conflict with your project, so I'm gonna have to bow out.
Just now?
I'm screwing with you.
I know. And then we've lost Walter. So now your reward will be you take Walter's role in the show. No, I'm just kidding. If you donate $10,000, no, you become Walter. That is not a real reward. Please do not do that. But you can still donate that amount of money and we'll take it. For $2,500, you will get a walk-on featured role. which means you'll become a featured extra in the film with your name in the cast credits and on IMDb. Also for $2,500, we have an associate producer credit that you can do. So if you don't want you can actually have the walk-on role, I think, and the associate producer credit. You'll have your name as an associate producer in the pilots and credits on IMDb, and you get to visit the set for the day and meet the cast and crew, have lunch with us, cause a lot of trouble. For $5,000, you will get a walk-on speaking role. That's right, we're gonna let you talk. Lord knows I've done enough of it today, but you get to talk this time. You'll be a featured extra in the film with a few lines, plus your name will be in the cast credits with IMDb, plus all of the awards that I just mentioned above. So all of that and more. And of course, for $10,000, you get to do all of what I've said and also be a co-executive producer, which means you get a co-executive producer in the pilot's credits on IMDb and a VIP 3-day visit to our set. That means you'll be so sick of us, you'll be wanting us to be abducted by aliens by the end of it. But yes, you'll get to meet the cast and crew, spend 3 days with us on set, have a walk-on speaking role, get a co-executive producer credit. I'm talking all of this and more. So those are our rewards that we have. And oh, what perfect timing! The countdown has happened and we are actually live, you guys. The BackerKit campaign is live right now, which means people can go on and start becoming an entire cast member of the show by donating and being a part of this project. So I'm so excited that it's here. It is. It's happened. Ta-da! I wish I had like a confetti bomb or something, but I don't. Like Casper, you had that bat. Do you have anything else back there, like a confetti bomb or t-shirt cannon, anything?
That's it. That's the only one. I had 13 bats. I grew up in Jersey, so I went to every bat day growing up with my dad at Yankee Stadium. So I'm a huge Yankee fan. So we got a lot to talk about. All these guys here. I'm very happy.
I feel like there needs to be a scene in Manhattan Transfer where we focus on the Yankees of like what happens to the Yankees when the entire city gets abducted. The Yankees, what are they going to do? Do they become part of sanitation? Like what happens?
We play ball.
We play ball. Yeah, exactly.
Take me out to the ball game and take the ball game with us. As long as we get these, I'll be okay.
But it's a whole new meaning to a home run.
Walter actually watched Joe DiMaggio. I used to joke it was Lou Gehrig and Babe Ruth, but literally watched Joe DiMaggio play in Yankee Stadium.
Oh wow!
That's incredible. Mine was the heyday. Was like my bats Thurman Munson, Greg Nettles, and Reggie Jackson, and Willie Randolph, and Bucky Dent, and I'm a Yankee fan, so you got me
right on.
So we all got this going on.
Hey guys, I go back to Snuffy Sternweiss playing second base. It's the mid 1940s.
Wow.
Speaking of going back, Walter, while we have you, just because your career has you've been in it for so long, I want to know like some of your most memorable moments in your career. Obviously, Star Trek is a highlight for sure. But you've done so much more that people might not know. Do you mind kind of touching a little bit on that since we have you here, which is so nice?
Well, yeah, Star Trek certainly is, paramount.
No pun intended. No pun intended.
In my life, I had some great moments. I had some totally anonymous moments when it could have been anybody saying warp factor. But among my most cherished memories are those involving Babylon 5. I played a pretty dimensional character who was involved with the action in a pertinent way, and was working with a lot of really terrific people. As I'm looking forward to with this project, I'm sure we're going to all get along great because I'm such an adorable human being.
You are. We love you, Walter.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, no, this is exciting, particularly at this point in my life to be considered for a project like this, which I think is a quality project with really strong performers, and your director's credits speak for itself, and the writers. So I'm just tickled that nobody's handed me a shovel and said, "Go dig your grave." You know, you're still viable. You're still somebody that we might find interesting to watch. So I'm tickled. I'm so pleased that Sky has included me in this group, and to get a chance to work with Casper and all the other folks whose images are directly in front of me is really a very stimulating idea, and I hope that the fans find it in their hearts to do themselves a favor and contribute. Because I don't think we're begging. I think we're just saying this is an opportunity for fandom to participate in something that they will be proud of. They will be proud to have been involved in this story, and bless our writer for having conceived it. So that's all I got to say. It's touch and go as to whether I would be here at the end of this video presentation. I'm so freaking old.
I'm so glad you stayed with us. We have about 10 minutes left, so I'm glad you.
That's okay. I'm still here. I think I definitely have 10 minutes left in my life.
Good.
You better, Walter.
Well, what I love about this project in particular is casting did such a great job of putting people like, Walter and Casper, who have these incredible length of credits and experience, and also bringing a lot of up and coming new actors to kind of sprinkle in and give everyone a chance to shine. So I love that it's going to be, and also so many actors that are known for the sci-fi franchise, because this is going to be such a big project that's fueled by fans and put on basically by the fans. This is made for fans, and you guys are now a part of it with all these rewards that we're offering. That it gets to be so hands-on with the crowd, with the fans, and all of us do so many conventions and different sci-fi events, that I feel like a project like this is going to be really special, because we're all in it because we love sci-fi and we love the project, and now we get to bring the fans in to join us in that excitement. So I just think it's such a great idea to do it this way. Yeah,
I think you're correct on that, because this is when the sci-fi fans are ravenous, and they're wonderful and they're fantastic, and they show up at all the events. They've been going to this, and nobody knows that better than Walter or some of the other Star Trek people know that. I've been lucky enough with Starship Troopers and all that for the fans, but the fans have always been so huge, and for an opportunity to be involved, I think it's something that a lot of them, I feel, would jump at it, and to be a part of it, to be a part of the team in the process. From these cons, we all know that we're a lot of family when we go there. These people at the cons, they all love it so much. They love it as much as we do as actors and artists in this. So this is definitely something I think that people would love to be a part of. And if not, at least we had fun trying.
Exactly. And if not, honestly, for those of you who haven't read Manhattan Transfer, go out and get the book and dive in, or if not, if you want to just be surprised and you want to see. But what I'm loving as reading the novel and then reading the pilot script about, yes, it's similar. The characters are there, but there's also so much more in the pilot, because with the novel, you have a story to tell, but with the series, you can space it out and take your time, and you get to really know these characters a little bit better. And you get to add characters and bring in different walks of life and kind of thread these characters' stories throughout while things are happening. So, for those watching, go grab the book and read it and let us know what you think, and then become a part of the story. Donate and come walk on set with us and be a part of the journey and the chaos, because it will be chaos, I guarantee you. But we're ready for it. I think I am. I hope I am. I think in the last interview thing, I was telling Sean, the director, that I do all my own stunts, which I don't think he took me seriously at all. But I can, like, fall. It becomes more natural because I just am clumsy. But we'll see how that goes. But we only have a few more minutes left in this. We have about 5 more minutes. Honestly, well, for the 5 minutes, I would love to just do the final call for action for all of you guys. We need your help to bring this series to life. And we'd like all of you, the fans, to just get abducted with us, to get on the ground floor of our project, help us make an amazing sci-fi series. And I would love to go around to everyone once more, tell everyone your name again and where they can find you on social media, because a project like this is something where everyone's is going to want to follow you and see the journey of how we make this project up on its feet. So actually, John, let's start with you, the man behind the book, John Stith, the brains behind the operation. Literally, let us know where everyone can find you, whether it be social media or on a corner somewhere on the street, wherever you right now. I see you're floating through space in your background, so I'm glad you're taking this seriously.
The best focal point is neverend.com, my website, and it has links to Facebook and Twitter, X, the rest.
Perfect. Walter, where can people find you?
At home.
All right, everyone's invited to Walter's house. We're having a block party. This is the launch of Manhattan Transfer at Walter's house. Here we go.
I'm on X, but I don't really use it very much. Should the demand increase, then I will be more actively involved. I have no objection to giving my email address out there.
Maybe don't put your email out there just yet.
Okay, you don't.
You know what, Walter? We're going to make that a reward. All right, we're going to add that for a later reward.
$25,000.
For $50,000, you get Walter's email, and he might respond, he might not, but
$100,000 you can get the whole cast's email.
That's right. We'll do an email chain. If you're receiving, I'm going to be a prince asking for money. I have $1 million in Bitcoin ready to give away. Yeah. Is that how they work, those email chains? Walter, don't put your email in just yet. We're gonna make that a reward one day.
Okay.
I think we'll have a party at your house with your email.
Okay.
Ashley, where can people find you?
Hello.
Excuse me.
Go ahead. No, so go ahead, Walter. Go ahead.
No, I thought you were talking to me. I'm an actor. I always think it's about me. I mean, I see the guy coming around for the empty Coke cans, you leave them on the street so they can pick them up and sell them back. I always think they're coming to see me personally. The Coke cans don't really matter. It's me they want to talk to. That's the way I see life.
They see you and they go, there's a man who knows how to recycle. I believe it.
And now to you, whoever is next.
Ashley, go ahead. I'm just going in order of the Zoom windows I see. Ashley, go ahead.
Hello.
Where can people find you?
You can find me on pretty much all social media platforms. I'm mostly active on Instagram, which is Girl Wonder 2002, or you can just search my name, Ashley Mary Nunes. But yeah, you can find me on all social media.
Perfect. And Chalet, playing Maria, where can people find you on in the internet?
I have pretty much all social media, and it is all Chalet Lizette Brannan.
Perfect. And our leading man, Casper Van Dien, where can people find you?
Well, I follow Walter on X, because I know he's only on that. But I'm also, and that's at Casper Van Dien, and on Instagram it's at Casper Van Dien. On Facebook it's Casper Van Dien, and those are the only ones I got.
You just basically keep it very concise. I love that.
Yeah, Casper Van Dien.
And of course, your leading lady, your beautiful wife, Jenny. Jenny, where can people find you?
You can search my name, Jennifer Wenger, and find me just about anywhere. On Instagram, I'm the most active at Jenny Lou Wonder, and I'm just obsessed with space and can't wait to do this. So Yay!
I know, I'm so excited. A lot of people don't know, Jenny, we've known each other quite a long time too, through like the
Yes, we
nerd
have.
circuit. So I'm so excited we get to work together. It was such
We've
a
gone to
surprise.
Yeah, we've gone to galactic parties together, and now we get to
Now
make
we
a
get to
galactic
actually
series.
go into space. I mean, it might not be a party because I feel like we're gonna all be in survival mode in this
Yeah.
series, but you know,
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be a party or two
Yeah.
at Walter's house.
Yeah, totally.
Yes. Yes.
Sky, where can people find you and the production company for Manhattan Transfer? Where if they want to find out more information about the series and follow the journey?
So on social media, they can go to atomic.video.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a website, manhattantransfer.tv.
Perfect.
Keep
And I'm
it
assuming that's
simple.
where all the updates will be if people want to see how the series is progressing and where we are
Yes.
in our what's the word I'm looking for? Goals.
You got it.
There we go. Yeah. And I've been I wouldn't even call it a host. I've just been your person that's keeping the water
Wrangler.
flowing. Yeah, we'll do that. I'm Bonnie Gordon. You can find me everywhere at Bonnie Bell G. That's Instagram, TikTok, X, Twitter, Facebook. You just search Bonnie Gordon. I'm very Googleable. But yeah, I'm so excited that all of you were able to join us today. I wish we had more time to go into depth with each of you about everything, but I don't think we should do that just yet. I feel like we should get to know everyone's character a little bit at a time throughout this launch. But and Walter's waving his hand at me, or
Yeah,
either that or he's raising the roof. I can't tell.
No. I'm going to plug. I'm going to be at Chiller Theater in New Jersey at the end of this month.
Oh,
So-
fantastic.
What? Yes. So anybody who's listening and wants to come by and say hello, and you can slip me that $1,000, and I'm definitely will give it to.
Oh, so if you want to give him your email, if you want Walter's email, you can just slip him it to him personally. We can't guarantee it'll go to Manhattan Transfer, but Walter will be happy. So that's all that matters. Yeah.
I'm as good as Trump's word.
Oh dear.
my God.
Well, we all know how that goes. So, speaking of aliens, no, just kidding. So everybody, thank you all
Aren't
so
you glad
much.
you brought that up?
Thank you all so much for joining me and the production company today and being a part of this BackerKit launch. Again, all of you, go to the website, go to the campaign, help us make this series. We're ready to get abducted with you in the best way possible, not in a creepy way. That's in the Walter's vault. And again, thank you all again for being here, and stay nerdy.
Thank you. Thanks,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.
Bye
Bye,
now.
everyone.
Early